Hello and welcome back to Brandt Poetry Corner. It's been a while since our last session, so I appreciate you hanging on. Tonight I'll be doing two readings. They're both homespun poems. The first one is called Skiing with Tom. We'd go out driving on a warm afternoon, run the candy red Mustang down the hill, get the boat from the stall with the skis, rope, and all, and the slough would be perfectly still. Driving upstream in the warm July hours as the 95 horse hums away, with 2 tanks of gas, we're ready to fly and go skiing the rest of the day. Tom eyes a wide spot and jumps where it's deep, grabs the rope and he's ready to go. The boat makes a dash when he's bobbing about, and he starts an effortless show. I'd watch lazy, loping arcs on the end of a rope, and I'd marvel at his form and his flair. He'd cut such an angle, easily touching the warm water, throwing a wake several feet in the air. The splash from the skis shows that Tom had gone down, water shooting through mid-evening light. We looked in the spray, and we'd hope he's okay, but he'd promptly return into sight. How could that be, to cut the curves so thin and never lose control at all? Tom skied all the while, showed a triumphant huge smile, and I never did see him fall. All right, that was Skiing with Tom. The second poem is a little bit lighter. It's called The Stache. I'd like to grow a gaudy mustache that's gray and waxed up and fine. A classic Germanic, or perhaps is it Asian? No matter, I want it for mine. I'd have a jar of wax by the old bathroom sink. I'd dip in my fingers and go. I'd shape from the middle to the end of the point, then go for a neighborhood stroll. My wife would roll her eyes as I walked down the steps, turn the corner and walk up the street, with the tip of my hat give a nod and a wink to the curious crowd that I meet. When a young neighbor smiles, I'd know he is jealous, or I'd know she is very intrigued. I'd walk to the corner as the sun hits my suit, and the whole street could see my new tweed. But it's the stash at which they're staring, and the smile that's obscured by the whiskers and wax from the jar. As I stride back towards home, with a swagger to my gait, I'd know I'm a neighborhood star. That was The Stache by Matthew Brandt.